Thank you all for being here tonight on this beautiful Thursday night. You could have been anywhere, but you are here with us. Thank you for, since it's going to be an Inform Your Community event, and the name of the program is Much to Discuss. As I said before, my name is Jay Anthony. I use he, him pronouns. And I am the one in the small box on my screen. I'm below with the turtleneck, dark hair, etc. I'm going to also introduce my co-host for the night, Stacy, but I also wanted to say that we've done a lot of work to make this event as accessible as possible. But if there are any additional needs, please feel free to reach out to us throughout this whole event, and we will try to accommodate as much as possible. So I'm going to turn it over to you now, Stacy.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. So my name is Stacy, and I'm going to help with the games portion of our night. Jay Anthony is going to ask you some questions later, but I'll be doing the games. And my pronouns are she and her, and I am wearing a pink shirt. I have curly salt and pepper hair, and I have a black background.
Thank you so much for that. All right. And also throughout this whole event, feel free to use the chat as a way to speak to us, your host, while we're here. So we're going to go ahead and roll into the program for the night. So first, at Inform Your Community, we offer events that combine information with fun. We're seeking to foster a much more informed electorate. Our programs are those who thirst for information about current events, but also demand authentic entertainment experiences. We provide high-yield entertainment and information value in each of our programs, and we design it especially for busy people like you. So we're going to go ahead and now, so name the, again, this is a networking event, much to discuss, and the topic for tonight is going to be small businesses, the importance of small businesses, ways that we can support small businesses, etc., especially in the wake of during the era of COVID. So let's see. All right, so here we go. Overview. First, we're going to start off with, depending on how we're all feeling, we're going to do some icebreakers, then break into the key terminology and background so we understand, and we'll all have some level setting of the conversation that we're having tonight. We're going to open up the discussion so that you all, we encourage participation. So we want you all to be able to openly discuss the topics with us. And as Stacy said earlier, we're going to also have some key focus on the games for the night, one being trivia, the other being a scavenger hunt. And there may be prizes or a prize associated with this game. We'll give Stacy a chance to mention what that is, if there is one, and then we're gonna let you all go for the night and wrap up nicely.
Excellent.
So I think we had, all right, so first, what is a small business? Small businesses, so we're talking privately owned business entities that generally have under 50 employees. That the definition small varies by industry and location. And I'm reading this slide because, as I said before, we want to make this as accessible as possible. But if there's a point where everybody here can see, has access to these slides, and I'll go ahead and kind of move back from doing that. All right, so this is the first portion where we're going to be able to discuss with each other. And I'm guessing we're going to be using two techniques for us to engage in this conversation. One can be you just coming off mute to answer the questions with us, or you can, if you feel more comfortable, you can also use the chat function. So why are small businesses important, and why do they matter that much? And you have to forgive me because I can't see you all, so I can't really depend on kind of picking up on cues to see who's ready or if anybody has anything to say. So I'm really heavily depending on the usage of the chat and those who are going to be taking themselves off mute. So we have a response from Eric Almeida. I hope I'm saying that correctly. They make up the majority of the businesses in this country. Okay, thank you for that. Any other responses before we move forward? All right, going once, going twice. We're going to the next slide.
I mean, I'm going to say something. Why are they important to me? I'm going to say because, for me, I've got a family and I love the fact that the small businesses in my neighborhood, I can actually rely on them in case of even emergencies for my kids. They know my kids by name for some of them. And I'm in like the big city, I'm in Manhattan, and still, I tell my kids, if anything happens, you can go into this store and so at this store will help you if you need help. And that's great. I'm not getting that at Home Depot.
Yeah. And also, I'm also based in Brooklyn. I'm not sure if we had that full conversation yet, but I have similar experiences. I just like the familiarity of going to small businesses, and also know that, like, for me, it's personal to keep small businesses open, especially knowing the hit that they took during the pandemic. Well, we're still in the pandemic, but at the earlier part of the pandemic, when there was a lot more uncertainty.
Here's your next question.
All right. So what are some small businesses that you support? And please don't let me be the one talking this whole time. I get tired of my voice, and I know you all will too. So first of all, I want to ask, you can respond in the chat. Do people have the option to take themselves off mute to discuss this?
They should be able to. Y'all should be able to. If anybody has a problem, let us know. Could be a setting.
Also, feel free to use, like I said before, the chat function. So, Tyler, there's a gluten-free, dairy-free place in my area called No Gluten Needed. Awesome. And what is you? And Tyler, can you let us know what part of the city or what city you're in? Long Island. Okay, so now we know there is a gluten-free, dairy-free. So I'm gonna ask him more questions about this specific place. So gluten-free, dairy-free, what exactly? Is it a grocery store? Is it specifically ice cream?
Please tell me it's a dessert store, because I might be going to visit you. Looks like gluten-free dairy place.
Thinks a
bakery.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Muffins, etc. All
That's
right.
great. We had an ice cream place near me that just closed down. It's one of the things when I posted about the event, I was like, this is terrible. I love this ice cream place. I was so sad to see it go. So here's your opportunity. Share some small local businesses that you have and give them some publicity. What's your favorite small local business?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So I have a couple of family members that have small clothing boutiques that are small businesses. So I do support those mostly. And because I'm not in the city anymore where they have the boutiques, I do a lot of online shopping with them.
Do you want to give their companies a shout out? Yes,
it's Pink Shoe Lounge in Massachusetts, and 227 Boutique in McDonough, Georgia.
I know somebody in McDonough. Okay. I'm going to let them know.
Okay.
That's great.
They're on Instagram too, so you know.
And are you based in Massachusetts?
I'm from Massachusetts, but I live in South Carolina now.
Nice. So one thing we can do for future events, I want to kind of do some shout outs to figure out where everybody's from at the beginning of the call. But
that's great.
You for sharing that with us.
Anybody else want to give a shout out for a local business?
One in the chat. Did you already read this, Stacy? And from John in the chat, all the best restaurants near me are small businesses. I try to avoid chains. Awesome. So I did want to kind of bring in some of the historical context to this question as well. For supporting small businesses is important and allows them to grow. For example, Madam C.J. Walker was born in 1867, produced hair products in her local local area of Denver, and was the first female millionaire based on her own small business. And I think a lot of us know the history of Madam C.J. Walker. Pretty rich history, incredible story. If you have not heard of her, please look into that. I think
Sorry, I have to interrupt you, Jay Anthony. I just realized I have her products in the other room. Like the line is still strong. Like I get her stuff at Sephora, and I so should have bought it and had a prop for us. So I'm sorry I didn't bring my products out.
Good. All right. I think we are.
Next question.
Yep. Next question. So what are some? Oh, we just went there.
Sorry, we did this. We did that. That's it. I think we're
that was
right.
pretty quick. But
that was quick. Okay.
All right. So are we moving into the trivia next, or do we have additional background?
We're going to move into the trivia, and I think why not, Jay Anthony? Let's go ahead and get some make it interesting for our folks here today. We'll throw in for the winner, whoever's the overall winner of the event, gets the most points. You get 1 point for each let's say thing, and we'll tell you what a thing is. But we'll throw in a $25 gift card for Cheesecake Factory. Okay, so winner gets a $25 gift card to Cheesecake Factory mailed to you. So we'll make it nice and interesting, get you competitive. So we're going to get started. Jay Anthony was nice enough to toss me the game portion of the event. I'm very happy to be a part of that and lead this for you all. And few things you need to know about this trivia. There's going to be, I believe there's 4 questions we're going to ask. Each round has a different way to respond, and that's key. So everybody can participate, but you have to participate by answering in the way it is specified. You have to answer, and this is one of the ways we try to be inclusive here. So one of them might be you have to shout out the answer. One of them has to be you put it in the chat. One of them is first one who raised their hand, and so forth. So very important. Make sure you do it the right way. Otherwise, you're not going to get that point for it. So we want you to get your point. Pay attention to how you're supposed to answer the question, and then you'll answer the question. First one to answer the question correctly will get the point. So here we go. Oh, and actually one tip for you. I thought it might be useful for you all to practice your raising your hand, your virtual hand. You've already gotten a little bit of practice typing in the chat, or a little icebreaker there of typing where your pronouns and your name in the chat. And so putting in, so you've got your chat practice. Go ahead and get your raising hand practice right there. See, John's got his hand up. Great, almost everybody. Yeah. We're good. Okay, so you guys practice. Okay, put your hands down. Everybody can put their hands down, and let's see. Great. So right on ahead there. I'm going to go ahead, and so the first question for everyone, and you have to shout out your answer. First, to shout out your answer. Which is not a reason people choose to start a small business? Because they want to be their own boss, number 1. Number 2, for a sense of ownership. Number 3, to start a monopoly. Or number 4, because of their passion for their innovation. Which is not a reason. Shout out your answer.
3.
Okay, who said that?
That was me.
Amanda, excellent. Thank you, Amanda. So Amanda, we're going to ask Tyler, actually. No, I'm sorry. We're going to ask maybe Jay Anthony if you can keep points. Can you keep track of points for us? Yep. Awesome. So Amanda's got 1 point. She is correct. People start their own businesses for lots of reasons, often to be their own boss, for that sense of ownership, and definitely because they have passion in what they're doing. They're so happy to be entrepreneurs. But one of the things that works against small businesses is a monopoly. And that's when you have one organization that is kind of dominant, or consortium of organizations that are all connected to each other who are dominant in the field, that kind of leave small businesses out. So monopolies are very bad for small businesses. And so that is not a reason people start a small business, because they want a monopoly. But sometimes it happens that, as an organization grows and grows and grows, they don't even realize that they've created a monopoly down the road, and then the government has to intervene. So there are also a lot of government interventions to help prevent monopolies from kind of leaving small businesses out in the cold, as well as other types of protections for small businesses as well, and other organizations, both local, statewide, and federal, that help with small busises. So thank you for that, Amanda. You guys ready for your next question?
And one interjection. So if we could practice from now on, make sure you say your name first and then your response, because I actually can't see everyone. So that would be super helpful for me. So thank you. in advance for that.
Fantastic. So that was Amanda. Thank you. Next one. And this one, you have to type your answer in the chat. In that case, your name will be right there. So type your answer in the chat. Why do people shop at small businesses? Is it 1, personalized service, 2, preferences for mom and pop stores versus those big box stores? Because number 3, because they know who they are doing business with. Number 4, because entrepreneurs can help their communities. Or number 5, all of the above. We've got our answer. And Nikisha, if I'm pronouncing it right, Nikisha, yes, number 5, excellent. Thank you so much. That is absolutely true. All of these are reasons that people do and why people should shop at small businesses. We talked about a few of these, like this idea of knowing who you're doing business with. The idea of mom and pop's a little outdated, but you get the idea. The idea is it's small, it's local, you know who the people are there. And because you know who's there, you know you get personalized service from them, from these businesses. And then as an extension of that, when you have small businesses who are local in a community, they all know each other. It also means that they want to help each other, right? They want to help their community. And so entrepreneurs tend to be willing to give back to their community, fund their local, local events in the area, maybe sponsor the Little League team or something like this, and help out in various different ways, donate something to a raffle in the community or at the local religious organization and so forth. So it's wonderful that people do shop at these places, and then that helps these small businesses give back to their communities as well. Okay, 2 winners so far. Let's see, 3rd question. Are we ready? Okay, which statistic is not true about small businesses? This is a more complicated one. Don't rush to answer. And you're going to raise your actual hand, your real hand. I can't even believe I'm saying that sentence, that you have to raise a real hand. Raise your real hand this time. And there's 5 options here. So first option. So the question is, which statistic is not true about small businesses? First one is, after 2 months of lost revenue, 86% of small businesses would need either additional funding from another source or would have to scale down with some cost-cutting measures. Number 2, 50% of small businesses fail within the first year, and 95% fail within 5 years. Although if they last 5 years, I think that's pretty good, but we want them to last even longer. So 95% don't last more than 5 years. Number 3, baby boomers are 188% more likely to have created small businesses than millennials or Generation Z. Okay. Number 4, 64% of new jobs are created annually by small businesses. And that's, according to this answer, 1.5 million. Sounds like an awful lot. Number 5, immigrants are founders of 25% of startup businesses, small businesses. And even though immigrants only make up about 14% of the population. So those are your answers. Let me know which you think is the right one by actually raising your real hand. And J. Anthony, I'll help along. So you're going to have to take off your camera. Put your camera on so that we can see you if possible, and then raise your real hand. If there's too many shy people, I might have to make this to
And I said, if wrote in the chat, if you have issues coming on camera or that's not possible, just type raised hand in the chat before you answer.
That's fair. That's fair, J. Anthony. You got it right. Okay, well, but looks like Nikisha, you got an answer for us? Oh, but you're on mute.
I was going to take a wild guess.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a 20% chance you'll be right if you take a wild guess. Go ahead.
Maybe 2. I don't know.
All right. So your guess is 2. What? Okay, your guess is 2. 2 is not correct. Did you think it was? Did you think it was more than that number or less than that number? Do you think more businesses fail or less?
More.
Yeah, it seems like 50% isn't that bad of a number, really, in the big scheme of things. But certainly that 95% is a lot bigger. That is actually a true statistics right there. Okay, so you're still up for grabs. Thank you, Nikisha, for putting yourself out there and put yourself on camera too. Okay, who's next? Who?
another quick thing. So part of that, the reason that number is so high is because they account for new restaurants. New restaurants have a lower chance of surviving than a lot of other providers.
That is an excellent, excellent point. So actually non-restaurants have a higher success rate, which is good to know. If you're playing the odds of starting a business and you want it to be successful, maybe restaurants not the best way to go. Maybe clothing store. Okay, who wants to guess which one of these is correct? Anybody can participate.
And just random, I love the name McTiernan. Like I love that as a last name. So never met you before, but I love that last name.
That's awesome.
Appreciate
All
that.
So now that you're off mute, do you have a response? You have one already knocked out.
You know, I do, but I'm gonna refrain and let others answer. Of course, I've actually run this program at a different time for this group, so I know the answers, and I feel like I'd be cheating.
Can
That's a little
you do us a favor while you're
yes.
off mute, John? Can you give us another one that is true?
Oh, there you go. Excellent.
Is true. I can tell you that 64% of new jobs created annually are created by small businesses.
Thank you for that. So now we have.
There's a lot of jobs added to the economy each year.
That's true. So you can imagine, during COVID, post-COVID, with those jobs closing, and maybe those businesses closing, and then maybe not as a lot picking up from there. That's rough. Sure. Thanks for letting us know, John. And for your honesty. I appreciate your honesty on that. Who else? So there's only 2 left to choose from, I think.
Yep.
We left to choose
number
Great.
1, we have number 3 and number 5. All the odd numbers are still up for grabs.
Okay, who wants to go for it? Put it in the chat if you don't. Nikisha, you can try again. No, yeah.
One, maybe.
Stacey, question. Stacey, can you give us another one that is true?
Well, okay, so we have number 1 that is true. It is not false. I knew this was going to be a tricky one. You all saw that last slide, and you're thinking this is going to be the easiest trivia ever. And no, this is a tough one when we get into statistics. So number 1 is also true. Believe it or not, a lot of nonprofit founders, they put in all of their money, right? They're getting all of their resources together. They put it in to start the small business, and they've got enough to last a predictable period of time. And then something goes wrong, like, Hurricane Sandy, for example, when that happened a while ago, or, obviously some of these other superstorms and things like that, something goes wrong. Or there's some shift in the economy, something changes. Even a new business opens up in the area that's a competitor, and they have 2 months of lost revenue, and they have to find other sources of funding. A lot of small businesses don't have that extra backing, those huge savings account to be able to fund themselves. They really put everything into the startup process. So we've got 2 left.
So now it's 50-50.
50-50. Amanda, you want to go for it?
I mean, I think it's 3.
It's 3. Okay. Yes, you got it. So, I hope that wasn't too loud because me clapping. Yes. So surely that's a tricky one there, because it's not baby boomers that are 188% more likely. It's the opposite. It's millennials and Gen Zs that are 188% more likely to create new businesses, small businesses, than baby boomers. And that's kind of interesting, because I think there's a lot of stereotypes about Gen Z and millennials, that they're, maybe lazy, they're non-traditional, they can't get their act together. Honestly, these are stereotypes we probably have of every generation down the line, and probably have had every generation. But here we go, 188% more likely than baby boomers to be starting their own businesses. So yes, Amanda, you get those points for that one. Nicely done. Okay, ready for the next one. What can you do to support small businesses? And you're going to, in this case, you're going to raise your virtual hand.
Right. Not seeing any hands yet.
Okay, and it's buy local, write a review online, share positive stories on social media, refer friends and family, and all of the above. And we've got our person who wants to hear here. Go ahead, Miss Harris, go ahead.
All right. Is it number 5?
It is number 5. That is correct. Thank you. Fantastic. So yes, we can do all of these things, and we hope that after you're done with this call today, that you will think about doing these things. It's very important. We want you to go out there, support your own business, support small businesses, buy local, write a review for a business online. You can imagine usually the people who write reviews are people who either hate the business or love the business. So even if you write a review that's like a pretty good review, even if it's not your favorite restaurant in all of the world, you know what, that still helps the small businesses. People want to see lots of reviews. So go ahead and write that review anyway, give them that feedback, but keep it a bit on the positive side is preferable. Share positive stories with those around you. Absolutely, put those on social media. And of course, refer friends and family to the businesses you love the most. So all of the above are important ones. So yay, we got through our trivia today. Fantastic. This is exciting. I appreciate it. Hopefully we learned a little bit too. Oh, do we think we're ready, J. Anthony, for our next? Yeah,
So
we're ready for our
quick recap. So we have Amanda with 2 from the trivia, 2 points from the trivia portion, and Nikisha with 2 points as well. So we are tied up there as we move into the scavenger hunt.
Excellent. We have a lot of other shy people on our call here, apparently. So, okay, let's see how we do with this scavenger hunt. And just to warn you, with our next game, our scavenger hunt, you're going to be going around looking for items. We're going to do, J. Anthony, I think we can do one at a time, right?
So
I think we can.
We have enough time.
Yeah. And if you want, I think you've got to unhide that screen. Maybe, or maybe I have to unhide it. Aha. You know what? Let's see. Is it there? Oh, no, it's there. Perfect. Okay, so we're all set. Fantastic. So we are going to have our scavenger hunt. For this one, just so you know, you're going to need to put the camera on to participate, not the whole time, but just when you're showing us your object, because we need proof. It's the whole point of the scavenger hunt. You have to go grab something, bring it back and show it to us. First person who grabs it and brings it back and shows it to us, that's the person who is going to get that point for that round. And we have, I believe it is, I'm trying to do my math right now, five rounds of this we're going to do. You're going to get up to a minute, but it's basically first one to come back is the one who wins. First person to come back, I should say, and show it to us is the one who wins that round. Okay, so these are all small business related items. Going through the instructions. Is there anything I missed here? There's a total of 5 items. Look at me, I got all of this already. Okay, and fantastic. Here we go. Okay. Any questions before we begin?
I think we're good.
Okay. Oh, and just one other thing to mention is go ahead and be creative with the scavenger hunt items. You might not have the exact thing you think we're asking for. You could get a little bit creative, not too much, but a little creative in what you find. So go on ahead with that. Okay. So our first item, I've got to get out my notes here. Okay, so we're going to say that our first item is, it's a tough one, actually. J. Anthony, you made this, and I thought this was the tough one that you came up with. This is the one I thought they're going to kill us. Okay, so A is for award. So go ahead, get us some award and bring it back. You have a minute. Go ahead, go get that, come back and show it to us. So go around your house, find an award or something that kind of works within there. I'll give you a minute. J. Anthony, why did you put award as something related to scavenger hunts? To small businesses.
So kind of going back to the theme of like really letting businesses know that you appreciate them. I think it's great when we highlight the businesses that are working in our neighborhoods. And oh, there we go.
There we go. We have an award. Wow, a recent award too. Do you want to share with us what that award is? You don't have to. You don't have to. Oh, you're on mute.
All right. I work for a digital marketing company called Online Optimism. And this award, it's called the OOE for our initials OO. And we just give a silly award to everybody in the company. This one is for how much I love my dog.
That is
nice.
That is great. I now love your company. What was it?
Online Optimism. We are a small business under your definition. So
excellent. Online Optimism. There you go. Some more small business promotion. I love it. Okay, so we've got one point for her. Fantastic.
And that was also 20 something, maybe 20 seconds. So amazing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, we should have an award for like quickest too. That's another item. Okay, so but not this time around. So our next one, let's see. Our next one is going to be shipping label. Shipping label. So who is going to find us a shipping label? Let's see. But I do think you're right, J. Anthony, about the awards. It is important for recognition. I love it. Oh, John has a shipping label. That is a return address label that will work. I appreciate that. Excellent. By the way, just so you know, it was blurry. So your address or whoever's address that is did not make it. Is that an award too? Is that like a? Oh, you're on mute.
I think it's a cat.
Is that a cat? Oh, it's a cat.
So the ultimate reward, yes.
That is the poor kitty.
He had an accident the other day, so he's in the cone of shame.
Oh no, the poor thing. Okay, so you got your address label there, and your poor little kitty you're taking good care of. I like that. Okay, next item. So we have a stapler. Who's going to be first to come back to their screen, run around your house, come back to your screen with a stapler? Do people have staplers in the house anymore? They do, right?
I do not. I have not for quite some time.
You don't own a stapler. By the way, for fun, one day, go out and try to buy a stapler. The reason I say that is they're entirely different than they used to be. I'm not kidding. They've literally changed the way staplers work, the way they load. It's entirely new. It's kind of crazy.
So a lot of people also don't have printers anymore. So I think that's kind of lowering the usage of staplers.
That is a good point, right? Because everything's already done. Yeah, now, so okay, that does make a lot of sense.
So,
and really, it's good for the environment, not to print
if
things
anybody
out.
can produce, so if anybody can come back with a stapler, that is going to be, oh, there we go.
There we go. John got a stapler. And for full disclosure, John did not know the words he was going to have to look for today. So this is not cheating. You've got the stapler. Okay, let's see. And J. Anthony's still keeping score. So we have 2 more words. So those of you who are still in the running, you want to make sure you get these. Next one, this should be easy, right? This should be easy. Envelope. Envelope. Do people still have envelopes? No.
I don't know that I expected to feel old in this call, but I feel old in this call.
There's an envelope. Okay. Ms. Harris brought back an envelope for us. Excellent. Thank you. Wonderful. I was worried. I know I'm telling you, staplers are different. Envelopes are luckily the same, although sometimes they have those peel off strips. It's all new. It's all new. Okay.
I mean, I even used a printer today. Like, I don't.
Oh wow. Extra points.
Maybe you are.
I like to write on things. I didn't think I'm probably one of the youngest people here, I would assume. I didn't think I was gonna feel old in this call.
There you go. And look at me. I'm probably one of the older people, and I've got the newfangled staplers out there. So I feel, I'm all impressed. Yeah. It looks like, John, your stapler was an old school stapler. So okay.
You beat on age, so saying these old things, and I've got all of them. I'm not appreciating Stacy.
Okay, so the next one, last one for our scavenger hunt. Tool. A tool. And small businesses, why don't you tell us, J. Anthony, why did you put tool on here as one of our words to look for? How does that relate to small businesses?
I think every small business uses tools in some capacity, and I think I wanted to. So
I'm really
you
excited
go.
by how broad the word tool can be.
Yep. So that's why I
Tool
wanted
is
to be
great. That's
creative.
nice. Oh,
Wow. So everybody kind of went the traditional route with the tools.
That's
I
great.
did not expect that.
That is great. Oh, look, there's another one. Wow, I am super impressed. Your folks who are listening to this or watching this after the fact, you can't see the gallery, what we're seeing. We've got a pen as a tool. We've got a screwdriver as a tool. We got a hammer as a tool. We've got a ratchet?
It's kind of like a small wrench thing. It's for the baby gate that I have on the steps.
That's fair. That's fair. I feel like there's a specific name for that. It's eluding me. Okay, excellent. Okay, so wait, now I want to know, I'm going to give J. Anthony a moment to calculate who our winner is and make sure we don't have a tie, but I'm grateful for all those tools.
The first to provide a tool was Nikisha. Was that you? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, and so we'll have our winner soon. On the case of the tie, I do have a tiebreaker, and J. Anthony did promise that there might be a secret challenge. So I have one. If you don't have one, J. Anthony, I have a secret challenge. But do you?
Oh, yeah, we have one. We have one already.
You have one? Okay.
Is that the equivalent of an encore?
Encore. Yeah. It's good to have like a tiebreaker. Anybody else? We're waiting for J. Anthony to do some math here. Anybody else have some? Oh, we've got it. Okay. Go ahead.
I think what we have Amanda with 3, John with 2, and Nikisha with 4.
Oh.
So Nikisha, 2 of hers were in the trivia portion, and then the last 2 were here in the scavenger hunt portion. So
that is fantastic.
As of now, she is the winner. I think you also have some twists and turns to announce in this game, and we'll figure out if she leaves this with the title.
Excellent. So J. Anthony, do you want to do this slide?
Yeah, sure. So now that we've all collected, so we're going to answer this in the chat. So all of the items that you all collected start with one of the letters here. And if you arrange these 5 letters, it forms a word that is business related. So if you could put that into the chat. Very close, Nikisha. If you could put that word in the chat that is small business or small business related.
Oh yeah, you cannot repeat letters. That is true.
That is thank you for that. You cannot repeat letters. Only the 5 letters here.
You notice it was it was Nikisha who pointed out. Thank you. That was very honest of you to point that out.
Oh well. So we do have some seats. Seats work.
Now that's the one I thought of.
Yep, seats works. There is one more, so we're going to give you a point for seats, Amanda.
That's great.
And also one more.
This is the harder one. I didn't think of this. J. Anthony had me on this one. There we go. Taste also.
No, I sent it only to you because I wasn't playing.
Okay. Tyler sent me one, but I won't reveal it.
All right, so we'll give 5 more seconds.
They can do it. We have a little bit more time. I have faith. It's a tough one though. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, J. Anthony, why it's a tough one, because this is such a business word that I did not think of it for small businesses.
Yeah. So one thing I would say, it is found on the balance sheet and it is not a liability. Yes. So Amanda has put it into the chat.
There we go. Nicely done.
All right. Good job.
So wait, but I think we still have the same winner. Amanda put in a good effort, but.
No, so Amanda Yeah, Amanda actually has taken the lead with her first answer for seats, and then the second being asset.
Oh
So
no!
it is now 5-4. And I don't know if you had some other twist.
That was the other twist. What was my other twist going to be? I did have one. Okay, I'll give one more. This is the only other one I had. We have a bit more time. So let's see. Okay, this is tough because I don't have a tiebreaker. So if Nikisha gets this one, I don't have another one for a tiebreaker. I was going to use this one as a tiebreaker, but I will say that John, I have to give John props because John got how many? 3 or 2?
2.
John got 2, but that was only in the second round. That was only in the second game. So he didn't participate at all in the first game. So give him props for getting 2 in the second game only. So, okay, here I'm going to give you, I'd like us to think, everybody took our tool idea very literally, as they should. And I want you to think, give me a more interesting or creative tool related to small business. Because we literally got like tools. Like you can look up in a dictionary, a tool, and the picture of what you all gave us would be on there. So we'll give 1 extra point to somebody who can give us an interesting or creative tool for small businesses.
The brain.
Okay, well, John, you are participating in this round, and yes, that is great. That is great. You got it. That's another point to you. So 3 to John. Excellent. So great, and Tyler makes a solid point too. Tyler said arguably everything can be considered a tool, and I don't know what you mean by I'm ready for answers, but yes, everything could be a tool.
Everyone's answers as to another tool.
Oh yes, there you go. Does anybody want to give us? Oh, there you go, Jay Anthony. According to Google, there is a band name tool. There we go. Anybody want to give us just for participatory points, not for our winner, but for participatory points? Do you want to? Anybody else want to give us any more tools, creative tools that you can think of? I was thinking brain, actually. John and I were on the same wavelength on that one. I was thinking I was going to do this.
Yeah.
Tell you my glasses.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm just going to throw your glasses in there.
Without my glasses, I wouldn't be getting anything done in business.
You're
my
pointing at your head and I'm like, glasses.
Yeah, my glasses. Well, this is great. Who is our winner? Let's officially announce the winner.
So the winner is, you know what? I actually have a question.
Yeah.
Because we had 1 point for whoever unscrambled the word. Thinking that it was 1 word, but there are 2 words. So are we counting just the first answer, or are we counting both of those responses?
I think we already said we were going to count both.
Yeah.
I think.
Right. So we have Amanda, who walks away with 5 points and is our winner for the night.
And Miss Harris, you put in a very good fight. I know you're disappointed, but congratulations, Amanda. Thank you. Make sure to private message your if you can private message your snail mail address would be great to me or Jay Anthony. That would be fantastic. To make sure we have it. We could probably get it with the Eventbrite, but I want to make sure I'm sending it to the correct place. So go ahead and send that to me. Make sure you're doing it as a direct message straight to me or to Jay Anthony. You can that'll work. And thank you, Amanda. Congratulations. Thank you, Nikisha, everybody else who participated. Really, absolutely fantastic. We're so excited to have you all here. We're ready to go. I think we talked a lot. I feel like, was there anything else you want to say about small business, Jay Anthony?
Yes, I wanted to first thank you for facilitating that game. That was a good way to spend my Thursday night. And then with this topic, as well as a lot of the other topics we are going to cover, small businesses is not going to be a one and done. We're going to be definitely harping on this topic and speaking more to it in further events. But we do encourage you all, based on the information you got today, continue to really take on those tasks that we kind of gave you to make sure that our small businesses are thriving so that we're supporting, we're writing reviews. We are also telling our friends about this business by word of mouth. And next, we're just going to say that I want you all to keep in contact with us through various means, whichever one is easiest for you. So we have some options here: following us on Facebook, following us on Twitter, LinkedIn, joining the email list on our website. And also, we are a 501c3 organization, so we thrive on the philanthropy and the good hearts of those who want to see us do our work. So there are options on our website where you can donate there. Even the smallest $5 or $10 can go a long way, because we are all volunteers. So all of our money, all of our funds go right back into providing our resources for you all. So thank you all again for tonight. And that is all I have. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Stacy, if you have any other parting words.
I am just so grateful that we had this wonderful event tonight. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you were able to help us facilitate and come up with these great games. Love that scavenger hunt. I always say, if you've never participated in an online scavenger hunt, you don't know. I just enjoy them so much. Thank you to our guests who participated and who signed up, everybody who registered. Make sure if you do watch this video at a later time that you're going to like us and subscribe to us on YouTube. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you and everything you folks do. You check out our website and all of our topics that we have. We post our curriculum on our website. And so you can see a variety of issues, restorative justice and this topic, as well as avoiding food waste and so many other topics. We put all of our information out there for everybody to be able to share it, to check it out. So check out our website, like us on social media. Thank you so much again for joining us. Have an absolutely wonderful night. Take care, everybody. Great to see you.
Have a good one.